When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
Hey, everybody, and welcome into Western New York Athletics. This is the Logistics Sauce pregame show of the 2021 New York State Public High School Athletic Association semifinals, Class B, between Western New York Maritime and Maine Endwell of Section 4. Of course, Maritime is from Section 6. I'm joined this afternoon by Tim Chifa, Joe Daniel. I'm Francis Beck. And guys, only two games away from a state title are Western New York Maritime Falcons. We know they've been on this for all season long, and now they face a team with a lot of pedigree in the state tournament, Maine Endwell.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got to keep it rolling now, right, guys? I mean, this is it's maintaining and trying to harness the nerves, and it's not easy. These are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids who are trying to live their dream right now, and they're one game away from getting to play at the Carrier Dome. And, I think any kid that, has played football in Western New York, that is something that they dream about since they're a little kid. And, you're so close to it. You just got to go out and grab it.
Yeah, you're so close, and you've had a great year. You don't want to come up just one game short. No matter what happens here today for the two Section 6 winners that are playing, I know Jamestown came up short. You've already accomplished so much. It's just being who you are in the next 48 minutes and giving it your best shot.
All right, so we've looked a little bit, not a ton of information out there about Maine Endwell, but what we've kind of seen is they're built kind of similar to what Maritime is, especially in offense. They rely on running the football, and they have a bunch of guys who can do it.
Yeah, well, the one thing that we know is they are a team that expects to be here every year now, right? I mean, they are a team that I was talking to a former graduate that I work with that he said that the expectation for Maine Endwell is a state championship, and anything else is considered a failure. And that's the kind of program you want, and that's what teams around here are trying to build to. And I think we have a few teams like that in this area, and I think a lot of teams are striving to get there. And I think Western New York Maritime Health Sciences is one of those teams trying to break through and become one of those teams.
Yeah, and they're pretty close, right? 2019, they lost in the state semifinals, 3 returning players. But Copeland is the key, 2 touchdowns last week, including that big touchdown in the game. So he's going to be someone they're going to lean on today with Littleton if they want to get a win.
Yeah, Littleton stats, just under 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns. So, we were trying to talk about what makes this team special. And I think one of the things, guys, that I really appreciate about this team is it's 11 guys all playing as one. They have some very good players, obviously, but it's just a team that plays together. And hats off to Tyree Parker. I had the privilege of doing a summer camp with him this year at Nichols, and I got to see him kind of in action. And he's a special guy. He really is. He's also the basketball coach at Health Science, so he's done a terrific job there. But they have just been on fire lately. We talk about last week. We talked about they scheduled the 2 games early in the season against Canisius and Bennett. Took it on the chin, and have been on a tear ever since. So, a lot of guys wouldn't take those 2 games. They feel they have to win, or it's job security, or any things like that. Tyree Parker said, "No, I want my team to be better this week and next week," and that's why he took those games against Canisius and Bennett.
Yeah, and you're seeing that. Well, you see that in college, right? At least, especially in basketball, teams play hard competition at the beginning of the year because it's not about what we are now today.
Yep.
Is this going to help us out at the end? And the high school teams are starting to realize that, and it's helping them get better because a loss in September is not going to hurt you. But if it's going to help you in December and
it's
November,
hard to argue the results, right?
Yeah, and it helps them, and that's why they're here today.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say, it may have looked bad doing it after week 2,
Mhm.
right? You're 0-2. What are we doing? Why do we do that?
You
know,
face a Canisius team that just blew you
blew
out.
you out, and maybe you're, maybe you're not maybe you lose your confidence a little bit. But I can guarantee there is no way they can have more confidence than they have today. And because of what they did the last, what is it, 9 weeks now, 9 in a row, I think they have 9 weeks in a row, they can look back and you always kind of say like, you know, it could be a good loss. It could be a good loss. I never think it's a good loss then, right when it happens.
Yeah.
It could be a good loss in 4 weeks and in 5 weeks. And taking on Canisius and Bennett, and was I gotta give again, Coach Parker. That it's a brilliant thing to do because these kids are battle tested now.
All right, so Maine Enwell, take a look at them. I saw a little bit of them. They have that wing T offense, led really in the backfield by their fullback, number 44, Ethan Sandler. He also is their top middle linebacker. Sandler will get a lot of their carries, which I saw. They also have tailbacks, Donovan Hammer, and then Aiden McHugh. And then their quarterback, Mike Pacini, is one that is able to escape the pocket. So, guys, when you face the main end, we talked about those games early in the season about Canisius and Bennett. How do you go then? All right, great, you faced them and you learned lessons, but that was also feels like a lifetime ago. It's Coach Parker. How does he kind of harness or bring back those lessons to now?
Well, I think what you have to do, because it's so different than a week 3 or week 5 game. I think now you have to go play Falcon football and force Maine Enwell to change your game plan or change things up for you. Play your game. What makes Maritime Health Science so special is their defense, right? They got to play good defense, field position. It's almost like an old school type of football. They don't play with 5 receivers and throw it all around the field. They line up, they smash you in the mouth, and they play great defense. I just, at this point, you've been playing so well, I wouldn't change a thing right now.
Yeah, and I think for Western New York Maritime Health Sciences, I got that all in there today. You look at the yards per carry and what they're going to be successful, and I think they got to hold them to 2 to 3 yards per carry. Because if you think about it, if Maine Enwell's getting 4 yards per carry, well, they're moving the sticks with that. They got to stop the run. That's the key for both teams: stopping the run, force them out of their elements, and put the ball in the air.
All right, real quick. Our Tom Prince, I just found out, got an interview with Coach Ty Parker. We're going to take a listen real quick before we wrap up. Oh, we're going to do that in a second. We're not ready to pull that up. We do want to mention what happened last night. Jamestown did fall 20-18 to Christian Brothers Academy in the Class A state semifinal. What I didn't had a chance to see the game, but what I did read, I guess Jamestown Snowy Field,
yeah.
Jamestown did have a lead, and I guess they looked like they had the stop on 4th down, and then I think they took a penalty, and that allowed Christian Brothers Academy to get the first down. They were able to end up scoring.
I was trying to follow Frank Wolf's tweets about the game, and he was a little upset. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I never heard of Frank Wolf being upset before. That's funny. That's a weird one, right? I'm just kidding. I love it, Frank. You know that. But yeah, again, to talk about this game, I think the biggest thing the biggest challenge, other than the team you're facing, is really the nerves, and you gotta limit the mental mistakes. Okay, we talked about this, a couple of weeks ago, Joe, where you got to limit the pre-snap penalties. The 5-yarders that add up after a while. No false starts, little things like that. Don't waste your timeouts early. But that comes from leadership from the coach down to the captains of the team.
The weather last night when I turned into pregame. So I'm sure we all wish we were there last night. And you see the weather, and you're like, this looks pretty comfortable in this warm blanket. I think I'm good here, and I'll follow the tweets. That's how that weather looked last night.
Yeah.
Again, today's game will be on the NFHS network. We are going to send it over to Ty Parker or Tom Prince. Talked with him. I believe it was earlier today. So we'll pull that up in just a second here. All right, looks like we had some technical difficulties getting the audio on that. We do apologize, but I think we'll try to get it. If it's not already up on social media, we'll get it up on social media later in the day with audio as well. So again, today's game will be on the NFHS network. Western New York Maritime may down well. If you don't have an account already, I'll throw in the link to it. There is a subscription fee, but that will cover you for today and next week if Maritime wins. And of course, you can catch that Bennett game as well, which is coming up later at 6 o'clock. So for Joe Daniel, Tim Chifa, I'm Francis Beck. Thank you for tuning in to the Logistics Plus pregame show. Join us at halftime with first half highlights as we keep track of this Class B semifinal game. Enjoy the game.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.